Donald Trump gave up the game with Ghislaine Maxwell yesterday during a press briefing in the Oval Office. Donald Trump went too far. He said, "Who are we talking about?" And this keeps happening. Every single time that he's asked about Ghislaine Maxwell, he goes, "What? Huh? Say it? That's not a name I've heard for a very long time," except he's being asked about her basically weekly. Now, the question from Caitlin Collins was, will you consider a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, which would be just an unconscionable instance of cronyism for personal protection? If Donald Trump were to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted sex trafficker, it would be so obvious, I believe, even to MAGA. The MAGAs, the Magapotamians, even the Magadonians, I would say, would recognize this is not the transparency on Epstein that we signed up for. Trump does his routine where he pretends not to even really, Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, I kind of remember the one who you wished well during your first term. And then he goes, well, I would have to consider pardoning her. He is giving up the game.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President's term today, Mr. President.
Say it.
The Supreme Court is back and they rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're...
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Who are we talking about here, Caitlin?
Is that something you're...
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
I haven't heard the name in so long.
Does anyone believe that? Does anyone believe Trump's like, let me reach into the recesses of my failing memory? Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, right.
I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what happened?
They said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it. I will speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. I will speak to the DOJ.
Why would she be a candidate for clemency, sir?
I don't know. I'd have to speak to the DOJ. I'll look at it. I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons.
People just ask me for pardons. This one has no particular relevance in my mind.
Well, Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
But she was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I'd have to ask DOJ. I didn't know they rejected it. I didn't know she was even asking for it, frankly.
He knows nothing about it. It's so confusing. So here's my question to the MAGAs in my audience and to everybody else. You can weigh in as well. If Trump pardons Ghislaine Maxwell, will MAGA come up with some excuse as to why it was okay? Or will they crush Trump for the final insult to their transparency wet dream that they believe Donald Trump's election was going to represent? Are they going to hold him accountable for the failed promise of transparency? And instead, it's much the opposite. More than half of Republicans already have come to believe that Donald Trump is participating in a cover-up of the Epstein files. Will they crush him? Or will the cult go, no. I'd love to see the Epstein files, but I understand why Trump did this. Are they going to give him an out here? Let me know what you think. Trump claiming during this disaster press conference that he ended 7 wars and that there's a connection between ending wars and his tariffs, which is an odd thing to say. Nevertheless,
Good politicians, but they weren't good at business, and they allowed these companies to leave. And all they had to do is do what I'm doing right now. And I'm not saying it's the easiest thing to do, but it is. It's effective. We're a rich country again. We're a powerful country because I've ended 7 wars. At least half of them was because of my ability at trade and because of tariffs. If I didn't have tariffs to throw around a little bit, you would have at least 4 wars raging right now with thousands of people a day being killed that aren't happening. We've settled. We settled 7. We're getting close to settling 8. That would be a big one. And that's something that could happen.
And of course, Trump famously settling the generational conflict between Albania and Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, a country a lot of people haven't heard about, with languages no one even speaks. This is totally nuts. I mean, even applying the most charitable interpretation, what the F is this guy talking about? The tariffs are preventing wars. It's completely nuts. And then finally, the Insurrection Act. If Trump butts up against problems militarizing cities, what about simply declaring the Insurrection Act, invoking it, rather? And Trump goes, well, if it comes to that, I will do it.
Mr. President,
What?
The Insurrection Act, under what conditions or terms would you?
Well, I'd do it if it was necessary. So far, it hasn't been necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. I mean, I want to make sure that people aren't killed.
If mares, aka female horses, were holding Trump up, he would invoke the Insurrection Act like no other. No, of course he meant mayors. Listen, I this is one of those things where it's like, am I the one being naive? I don't actually think Trump is going to invoke the Insurrection Act. I think he would much rather just ignore court orders and keep militarizing cities, even if courts say you can't do that, sir. But you know, it's sort of like when people go, David, will there be a 2028 election? Yeah, I believe there will be a 2028 election. It'll be a very dumb one in a lot of ways, but I think that there will be one. And people go, no, David, you're being naive. I don't believe Trump will invoke the Insurrection Act. I think he'll just keep ignoring court orders and no one will do a damn thing about it. Make sure that you're getting my daily podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This story is just part of a broader show, 60 to 70 minute show that we do every day. It's free. Would love for you to get it. We'll take a quick break and be right back. I love our partnership with Wild Alaskan Company. They do sustainable seafood memberships and bring high quality, wild caught Alaskan seafood right to your door. Every fillet you get is 100% wild, never farmed, sourced from well-managed fisheries in Alaska. You get better flavor and texture, but you're also helping to preserve these ecosystems. They freeze everything at the peak of freshness. It gets to you vacuum sealed. I got a box that had everything from crab, fish fillets, scallops, salmon burgers, which were absolutely delicious. So elevate your meals, support sustainable fishing, and enjoy seafood the way it should be. Go to wildalaskan.com/Pakman. Use code Pakman for $35 off your first box. The link is in the description.